Today we're going to discuss some of the features and functions of the Braeburn touchscreen thermostats. Now this particular thermostat is a model 6400. It's a 4-heat 2-cool heat pump or a 3-heat 2-cool conventional thermostat, and it also has humidity control. Now the other Braeburn touchscreen thermostats are very similar in functionality. They just don't have the humidity control function that we have on the model 6400. Now, we've also connected a model 5490 outdoor temperature sensor, and you can see the outdoor touchpad is lit up in the screen, indicating the outdoor sensor is connected and functioning. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is cover some of the touchpads in the screen and what their function is, and then we'll go over some of the areas in the display and point out some things you might see in the display screen. Now first, this particular thermostat has been configured with auto changeover turned on, and for a 2-heat 2-cool heat pump system is how the thermostat's been configured. So we'll see some different things as we go along the way that you might not see in your particular configuration. Now with the system touchpad in the upper left hand corner, this is where we select between cool, off, and heat. Currently we're in the off mode. We're going to press the system touchpad, and now we're in heat mode. Now in heat mode, only your heating system will operate. Pressing system again brings us to emergency heat mode. And now emergency heat is something you'll only see with a multi-stage heat pump configuration, which again we have configured this for a 2-heat 2-cool heat pump system. And emergency heat will run your backup heat source only. Now we have the word auto appearing before heat. That indicates auto changeover mode. And again, we enabled auto changeover in this particular configuration. In your configuration, you may not see auto or auto changeover mode, as it may not be enabled. Now what auto changeover does is automatically switches between heating and cooling without having to press the system button. So we're in auto heat mode now. If there was a need for a call for cooling based on your cooling set point, it would switch to auto cool and back to auto heat, etc. Pressing the system button again, we now have cool mode, and in cool mode only the cooling system will operate. Pressing system again brings us back to off, and again back to heat, and so on. Now the next touchpad down is the fan touchpad. There's 4 fan selections in most configurations: auto, on, circulate, and program. Now depending on how your thermostat was configured, you may not see all 4 of those particular options. Now auto is most common, and what that means is your fan will run automatically whenever the heating or cooling system runs. It won't run at any other time. Pressing the fan touchpad brings us to fan on. This means the fan will run all the time, and as you can see, the fan icon is lit up in the screen indicating that the fan is now running. Pressing fan again brings us to fan circulate, and in fan circulate mode the fan will run every hour up to about 35%, or a little over 20 minutes per hour. The fan will circulate and kind of move the air through the room or through the dwelling and provide some air circulation. Now fan program is if in your 7-day or 5 2-day program schedule you have set the fan to be on at certain times throughout your schedule. Fan program is how you turn that on, and you can learn more about that in setting up your 7-day or 5 2-day program schedule. Put the fan back to auto. Now the next 2 touchpads below, program and hold, you will not see those if your thermostat has been configured to be non-programmable. But if you do see them, then your thermostat has been configured to be either 5 2-day or 7-day programmable. And the program touchpad is how you enter the programming, and you can adjust your programming in there. And again, there is another video on that particular topic. The hold touchpad is how you bypass all the programming. If you press hold, the word hold appears on the screen, and the thermostat is no longer following any of your program schedule. Pressing hold again will take you out of hold mode, and you'll revert back to the program. You can learn more about that in another video. The daytime touchpad is where you set the day and the time, and I'll go into this mode just to show you a few more touchpads that will appear at the bottom: back, next, and return. You'll only see those in programming or settings modes. And of course, the next key will take you forward a step, the back key will take you back a step, and the return key will return and exit you out of the menu and save whatever settings you have made. You can learn more about setting the day and time in another video segment. These three areas where the back, next, and return had appeared previously, and they're no longer available right now. Upper right corner, we have a clean touchpad. If you press and hold the clean touchpad for approximately 3 seconds, it'll take you into a 30-second clean mode where you can clean the screen without pressing any of the touchpads. Here we have the configuration touchpad that's used to enter the user or installer settings, and you can learn more about that in some other videos on those particular subjects. Here we have the humidity touchpad. This will only appear on the model 6400, as that's the only model that has the humidity control. And you can use this to view your current room humidity or your humidity set points. And also we have dehumidification enabled and your current dehumidification set point. The return will take you out of that mode, or it'll exit out after a few moments. Here we have an outdoor touchpad. Pressing that will view the outdoor temperature, and the outdoor touchpad is only available with Braeburn model 5490 outdoor temperature sensor has been connected. The outdoor sensor is also used for other advanced functions on heat pumps like balance points, but that's something your installer would have taken care of on your initial installation. Here we have our speed bar, which is used to adjust the temperature up or down. It's also used in your programming and your setup modes. And I'll bring my temperature up to 70 here so we can engage a call for heating. You can see the heat is turned on. It's also turned on the auxiliary heat because we have configured this for a multi-stage heat pump, and the aux is indicating that the second stage has been called for because we have raised the temperature 3 or more degrees above the room temperature. Here we have a reset button. You can use a small object like a paper clip or a toothpick and press the reset button, and that will reset your programming, your clock, and your user settings. It will not affect your installer settings. Up top we have a quick reference instruction card that has some general information on programming and setting the time, and that can tuck into the pocket on the top center of the thermostat. Now, as we indicated, we have the fan icon illuminated here, indicating the fan is running. If you see a water droplet icon here in the 6400, that means that humidification is enabled. Here we have the information as to whether the heating system or the cooling system is running. Our room temperature is the largest number we see on the screen, and here we see our set point temperature. Here we have our time of day and our day of the week indicated up top. Now, day is flashing. What day indicates is that's a program event indicator. Now, in residential programming mode, you have 4 event indicators: morning, day, eve, or night. And in your program, you can set any time and temperature for those 4 segments. Now, the reason day is flashing is because we temporarily bypassed our program schedule. Now, if we press hold and press hold again, we'll revert back to our program. You can see we've gone back to 62 degrees, day has stopped flashing, and now of course our call for heating has ended. Below the time you may occasionally see a service indicator. It may say service filter, service UV, or service humid, depending on what you have enabled in the user options. Those are simply service reminders to change your furnace filter, your UV furnace lamps if your unit is equipped with those, or if you have a humidifier, you can set a reminder to change your humidifier pad. And you can set those for a number of days that those will that the service reminder will come on. Now, on heat pump systems, if you see the word check appear up in this area, then that means the heat pump is sending a fault signal to the thermostat, and you'll want to call local service to come and check your heat pump. In a nutshell, that's about it on the Braeburn touchscreen thermostats as far as what the touchpads will do and what you might see in the display screen. You can find individual videos on most of those subjects on our video page, and of course you can find more information in your user and installer manuals. And you can visit our website for downloads or more information at www.braeburnonline.com.